Welcome to this crochet related YouTube channel. My name is Heidi and I am recording this from Finland, Northern Europe. My hometown is called Tampere. I decided to start making English episodes. I have been thinking this about 3 months now and I just can't get the idea of my head, so I have to, just do this. I have been making Finnish episodes for the last 5 years, and that's a different channel, but I used to make also English episodes. It was during beginning of 2019 to summer 2022. And I made over 30 episodes back then. I will link those previous episodes down below to the description box if you want to go and have a look those. But they are in the Finnish channel and I cannot transfer them under this channel. So this is a fresh start for my English episodes. And this is and I have lots of international crochet and crafty friends to whom I want to share my makes with. So that's the main reason that I want to start over with these English episodes. And of course this is a good practice for my English. Here in Finland we are taught when we are 8 or 9 years old. The English is the first foreign language that we learn in school. But if you don't use it daily or weekly, it becomes more, complicated and difficult to speak it. And of course, English is the most common foreign language here. So of course we hear it daily and read it daily. But if you don't have chances to use it, speak with other people and so on, it comes very intimidating to speak. So that's why I'm here, to connect with all the international crocheters or crafters out there and practicing my English. So apologies for advance if my pronunciation isn't always the best possible, but it's that is what it is. Okay, in these episodes I want to talk to you and tell you more about the process behind the finished object. I'm not planning just to show off finished garments, finished objects. I want to tell you the whole process. And I am thinking that I will film clips during the weeks or days when I have a challenging situation with my project. I will tell you, I will film it, and then I will, edit those together and make an episode. Because it's very interesting. I find it interesting to watch episodes where the crocheter or crafter tells all the obstacles that they have during the project, because I know, or is it just me, but making garments it's quite difficult, all the gauges and drape and fit, and there's lots of challenges and headaches for making garment, and I want to share those challenges and also the joys that this craft can bring you when you succeed and in making a beautiful garment by yourself. Okay, but I will tell you something more about myself. So I started to crochet 14 years ago. I made a granny square blanket for our youngest one. I was expecting her at the time, and I made this blanket for her, and the rest is history. Crochet Mania was born at the time. And I have been making amigurumis. Here are a few of those. These are picapaus, animals, and this is my own design. And I love making blankets, of course, carpets, baskets, bags, shawls, mandalas, puntings, you name it. I can make it. And past 6 months, I have been really keen to make garments with crochet. I have tried making garments previously also, about 6 years ago, perhaps, but it was very difficult and very challenging, and of course the patterns were a little bit different at that time, and I didn't enjoy it. It was very difficult to make garments with crochet, and I decided that that's not my thing. I will concentrate on amigurumis and all the small stuff that you can make with crochet. But it was 2021 perhaps that I was struck by knit mania, and I knitted many jumpers and cardigans like this one. This is Petit Technique's Copenhagen cardigan, and I was like, you know, in huge knit mania, and I made garments to myself. And suddenly last summer I just wanted to make, I just wanted to try to make a crochet garment, and it turned out to be beautiful, perfect garment. And after that I have just wanted to make more crochet garments. In the past 6 or 7 months, I have done 5 garments, crochet garments. There is 3 jumpers and 2 cardigans, and currently I have one whip jumper. And of course I want to show you those 5 garments in the upcoming episodes, perhaps the first one already in this episode. And of course the whip, I want to tell you more about my whip. It's going to be beautiful lacy sleeved jumper. Yes, so I think I will tell you more about my latest finished object now. My latest finished object is this hood, crochet hood. This was a test crochet for Tanja Adolfsson. I will put all the links in the description box down below. The pattern has not yet been published, but I will add it in the description box as soon as it's published. So this was test crochet. Tanja, she can be found from Instagram at Tanja's Crochet. So she was looking for testers, and yes, she chose me to test this hood. This was very interesting project. I had lots of difficulties with meeting the gauge. The gauge is my biggest problem in crochet when it comes to, you know, garments and things that with size matters. In amigurumis it doesn't matter, or mandalas or shawls. I don't think it's such a big deal in those. But in garments, it's vital that you have the right gauge. And with this hood, I was way off gauge for the first week of the test crochet. The yarn is, I have two yarns in this project. These two beautiful yarns. This is Filcolana Alva, which is 100% alpaca. I love pink. And this is Filcolina Pernilla, which is 100% Peruvian highland wool. These yarns are the yarns that the pattern requires, and Tanya was using hook 3.75 millimeters, and I don't own that hook size, so I tried with hook size 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, and I was way off gauge with those hook sizes and with these yarns, and I was devastated. And then I decided that I will try to make this hood with one yarn, and with this, now I lost it, just a moment. So with this yarn and 3 millimeter hook, and I met the gauge in this width, but not in length. And here is the outcome of that. Not good. Not good. So I decided to one more chance and I decided to try with hook 2.5 millimeter hook and with both yarns. And voila, I met the gauge. I was 1 week struggling with the gauge, and the next week I met the gauge with 2.5 millimeter hook. And it turned out to be beautiful hood. I will put some pictures here about it on me. But yeah, this was very fun project. I loved making this test crochet. I haven't done those much, but I have applied during the few months for few garments, cardigans, but I was not chosen. But I think I will try to apply to test crochet because it's a fun and very educational thing to test crochet something. And but of course it can be very stressful. There's also always a timetable, and with garments, of course, the gauge is the important thing. And during this project I realized, I know that I have a loose tension, or loose, how do you say? I crochet loosely. But with this project I didn't understand. At this project I really understood how loose my crochet is. It's very loose. And of course it makes garments more difficult to make with loose crocheting style. Are you loose crocheter or do you crochet tight? And I don't think I managed to change my crocheting style. I think if I try to change it more tighter, I will just get cramps all over my body. Yeah, but really loving the outcome, and I will notify you as soon as the pattern is out. And this ripping was a new stitch for me. It's made with single crochet, herringbone single crochet stitch, modification of that. It was really fun to make, and it's beautiful. Yes. I think that's all about this one. If you have any questions, please ask in the comment section below. I am happy to answer you if you have any questions about this. I used 3 balls of each of these, if you are wondering how much yarn I used for this project. So my current whip is the next thing that I want to share with you. It's a beautiful jumper with lacy sleeves. I found this pattern from a Finnish craft magazine, and it looks like this. Oh, I love these sleeves. The designer is Emilia Johansson, and you can find her from Instagram at Coffee and Crocheting. And by the way, I think during this year, she will publish a crochet book with garments. Yes. The pattern can be also found from Svarta Fårets, which is a yarn brand, Swedish yarn brand. The pattern can be found from their website in Swedish, and I will link it down below. Yeah, the pattern requires Svarta Fåret tencel blow yarn, but in my local yarn stores there was no tencel blow or Svarta Fåret tencel blow, so I chose to make this from Katia Concept Cotton Merino yarn, which is of course a different kind of yarn. This is this has, let me see if I can find it, 70% of cotton and 30% of wool. And the original yarn Svarta Fåret it was tencel and was it cotton or wool? I can't remember now, but of course it's totally different yarn because it has the tencel in it. I haven't done anything with tencel, but I imagine that is very soft and drapey yarn. But anyway, I love it, and look at this shade of blue. It's just beautiful, so beautiful. I have been fan of pink like over 20 years now, and I have been crocheting and knitting garments with pink. But now I have found the blue one to be my second go-to color with pink. So this is a blue jumper, and I started this mid-January, and it's been on a break for 2 to 3 weeks because of the test crochet, the hood, but now I am back in business with this one. I have managed to make the body like this, and then I have the sleeves coming here. But let's talk about the body first. This is made with half double crochet. In US terms, I speak US terms because those are more familiar to me than the UK terms. So this is half double crochet, and I love half double crochet as a garment stitch. It makes beautiful texture, I think so. So half double crochet, and this is made from bottom up, which is, I think, Not my favorite thing to do because it's difficult to try on and you don't know the fit until you have like made it completely. But yeah, I took my chances with this one. And so this is made from bottom up in the rounds. And in the rounds means in this that you have to turn. I'm just looking for the seam. You have to turn every round, because if you make it round like this, it's going to go, you know, it's going to lean on the other side. The stitches are, it's going to be wonky. So you have to turn after every round like this. And there is seam under the armpit where you can see that I have turned every round. And when you come to the upper part of the body, after the armpits, you make the stitches back and forth. Yes. And like I said with the hood, that my gauge is so loose, and of course it brings all these difficulties when making garment. And because of my loose crocheting style, I had to choose the smallest size of this garment to make the size that I want to. So I am making, these are in Finnish sizes. I will try to translate to international sizes, like if you have sizes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I wanted to make size 3, but because of my loose crocheting style, I ended up with making size 1. Because with my loose crocheting style, I would get too big garments. And yeah, so I am making size 1 to get size 3. And I think this is turning out to be very good. But with the sleeves, of course, I had some problems, of course. This is my first try out with the sleeve. Look at this beautiful lacy pattern. I love it. So this is my first try. Hook. I used 4.5mm hook with this body part, and the first sleeve is done with 5mm hook, and this is size 3, this sleeve, but I didn't like it. This is too narrow, too narrow sleeve. And then I decided to make the other one with biggest hook size, 5.5mm, and the size 1, 2, 3, 4. So the sleeve is size 4 from the pattern. And as you can see, there is a different. This is much wider. I will put this on me so I can demonstrate the sleeves to you. So it looks like this at the moment. And don't mind my taping over here on my shoulder, but I have had some issues with my shoulder blade, and this is helping for the pain. Yeah, but it looks like this at the moment. I love it. The color is perfect. But the sleeves. So I have the first one here, the narrower one. I will put it on here. So as you can see, it's very tight or narrow. And the second sleeve with bigger hook size and bigger size. Oh, it's beautiful. There is room and it's, you know, like balloonish, balloon look-alike sleeve. I love it. I love it. Yes. And of course, I have some difficulties with this. As you can see from the pattern picture, this is like drop shoulder, this body part, and I have a very small this shoulder section here. It's not dropped at all. Perhaps it's because of this my size, this gauge problems, and you know. So I have now difficulties to match the sleeve to the shoulder, and now I have to make some modifications to this because the pattern is just, you know, crocheted all the way to the shoulder, but I have to do some modifications and making some decreases or increases so that I can match the sleeves over here. So some difficulties ahead, but I know this. I know this and I'm ready for it. I'm ready for this challenge. So my next step is to frock this sleeve to the ripping, and then I make some single crochet stitches from here to match the size 4, and then I will make this sleeve up to the armpit, and then I will crochet these both sleeves at the same time, because if I make modifications I have to do the sleeves at the same time, because otherwise I don't remember what I have done here, so it's easier like that. So what do you think? I think this is going to be very beautiful jumper. Of course I have still to do the neck ripping and hem ripping, but I will save those for the last, because I want to get on with the sleeves so that I can use my brain and do some modifications so that I can match the sleeve to the shoulder part of the garment. But yeah, I believe that this is going to be awesome. I love it already, and wish me luck with the sleeves. Yes. So these are my garments that I have crocheted during the last 6 or 7 months. Beautiful stack of garments. And now I am going to tell you more about the first one. So I started this beginning of July 2023, and I don't know why I got this terrible urge to crochet a garment, but it just happened. I had the yarns in my stash because I had bought those to make a knitted garment, but that never happened, so I decided to use those with this crochet garment. The yarns are, where are my labels? Just a moment. The yarns are Le Petit Lambswool, Bitches and Boochies, pardon my French, I don't know how to pronounce that. This is 100% of wool from Scotland. Yes, and the mohair is Drops Kid Silk, which has 75% of mohair and 25% of silk. And yeah, so I decided to use these yarns to make this crochet garment. And voila, check this out. It's beautiful and it's perfect. So I didn't use any pattern for this. I just made it in my head, and I started with the ripping. The ripping is made with 3mm hook, and I just made a long strip of the ripping, and you know, sew it in to make it around. Sew the heads or tails, how do you say it, the ends together to make it around. And then I calculated, there is 100 rows in the ripping, and then I calculated the stitches and divided those to the raglan stitches. So I calculated stitches for the front, for the sleeve, and for the back, and the other sleeve, and just started to make raglan increases. The stitch is my favorite, half double crochet. I love it. It's very fast to make, although that's not the main thing about making garments, that it's fast. And my first mistake was that I just crocheted in the round, continuously in the round, and I managed to crochet it almost in the armpits when I realized that, oh, why this is so wonky, because those raglan seams didn't match, they were off, you know. And I was, what is happening? And then I realized that I have to turn every round, and the seam is in the back in this sweater. And my perhaps second mistake, which I realized later on, that I made increases every round, and that's why it came a little bit too big in the after the armpits, and I just decided to decrease in the back after the sleeves. I should have done fewer increases in the raglans. Perhaps every other row would be better, so it wouldn't be so roomy in the breast area. Yes, what else? So the rippings were made 3mm hook, and the body part is with 3.5mm hook. And if you wonder why it has short sleeves, it's because I ran out of yarn. So because I had bought the yarn like few years back, and I thought that I would make a knitted garment, and knitted garments usually take less yarn than crochet garments. So I just ran out of yarn and decided to make shorter sleeves. And I knew this beforehand, of course, so I made the body part first because I didn't want to make a too short jumper. So I made the body part first, and all the rest of the yarns I used for the sleeves. And that's why they are shorter. I will put some pictures over here of this on me. Yes, what else can I say? Yeah, when I was crocheting this last summer, everyone that I met or heard that I was crocheting garments, the most common answer was, what? You cannot make garments with crochet. Or they have this image that it's always about granny stitch or lazy something. So everyone was astonished or amazed that you can create with crochet something like this. And this is drapey. This is not stiff, or this is not stiff at all. It's very drapey and soft garment, which is amazing thing, because, you know, as I said, you get the idea of crochet garment that it's granny stitch or granny square or something lazy, or otherwise it's stiff and very bulky and heavy thing. But no, it's not. It can be drapey and beautiful and soft as a knitted one. Yeah, so this was the beginning of my garment mania. And I have, you know, in my Ravelry, in my notebook, I have a list of garments that I want to make. So excited I am about this. This is very educational and fun to make these garments. And like I said earlier, that I have tried these few years back, but I wasn't ready for it. But now I am. It's perhaps because I'm older, my state of mind is different, and I want to learn. I want to learn how to make garments. I want to know how they are constructed and all different stitch patterns, although the favorite is half double crochet. Yeah, okay. But so if you have any questions about this one, I'm more than happy to answer those. And perhaps in the next episode I will show you the second garment that I made last year. So I think that this was the first episode. I hope you liked it, and I hope you subscribe my channel, and of course thumbs up would be nice, and please leave a comment. What do you think about this channel and my crochet stuff? And if you have a crafty friend who loves to crochet, you can also tell her or him about my channel. So yeah, I think I will go now and edit this stuff together so that I can publish my first episode in my brand new English international channel. And I think I will come back with episode 2 about 2-3 weeks. Let's see what I can manage to do with my shoulder blade issue at the moment. It's a little bit I have a little bit pain in my shoulder, so my crochet time is limited at the moment, because I want to, you know, make it better before I start to crochet anything major at the moment. But I hope that I can be back with episode 2 as soon as possible. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and hope to see you the next time. Bye bye.